Hello cuties, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing another first impressions video and review. I wanted to choose a product that was in my recent MAC and Sephora haul, and today I am going to be choosing to use my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. Now I have my product information from the Sephora website, which is where I purchased it, and I just want to read out to you guys a few different tips and points that the brand has let us know about it. First of all, this is the box. I grabbed the shade 123 Y365, and on the box it has just the normal packaging, but instead has the Ultra HD written on it. I did find when I was looking at this foundation that they did have an extensive range of colors, so I was very impressed with that, considering that they already have a range called for the HD, and they are two separate colors. So yeah, it comes in a plastic glass bottle, which I kind of don't mind, because I'm always worried that I go and spend quite a lot of money on foundations, and you know, accidents happen sometimes, and the last thing that I would want to do is spend $60 on a foundation and it fall off my bathroom bench or whatever and smash everywhere, and then what am I going to do with it? So I think that this is really good that it actually comes in a plastic bottle. It provides protection, so if it is dropped, it will not break. It also has a pump, and we all know how I feel about the pump products, so I am very curious to try. I'm going to read what it actually says on the Sephora website about the product. This is from sephora.com.au, so I am actually reading it from the Australian Sephora website, just so that people who are watching me, if you are in Australia, this is in Australian dollars. It retails for $62, and it has 15 different shades. So I feel like that's actually quite a good range to choose from. Now in the description it says, developed specifically for film and TV industry's most advanced technology, Ultra HD liquid foundation creates a naturally flawless complexion on and off camera. Completely invisible under the latest super focused 4K lens, this revolutionary foundation features uniquely coated pigments that provide medium coverage with a lightweight texture that looks just like skin. Long lasting with a natural looking finish, Ultra HD liquid foundation is formulated with hydraulic spheres for time-released hydration that ensures comfortable wear on the skin. Now available in an extended range of 40 shades to match all skin tones. Okay, well, on the website there's only 15, but maybe on the American website there might be more. So I don't know, I'll have to check that for you guys. Ultra HD is perfect everyday foundation for a flawless complexion and a unretouched life. Makeup Forever is once again leading beauty industries into the next era of makeup innovation and technology. As the original pioneer of HD makeup category, it continues to refine and elevate beauty standards with the launch of its new Ultra HD foundation, the first and only foundation designed for 4K technology. With 4K technology, the next generation of digital devices will display images, unbelievable detail, stunning clarity, and heightened color than existing HD technology. Completely invisible under the latest ultra magnified resolution, these innovative foundation formulas look completely natural on camera and to the naked eye. Okay, and it says in the how-to, which sometimes I quite like reading the how-tos, even though, you know, you might know how to put on foundation. Sometimes depending on brand to brand they have different recommendations, so I always like to read them just in case if they recommend I don't know, like a beauty blender or an actual brush, or it doesn't matter, or what primer and blah blah blah. So I'll read that out to you as well. So choose your primer to create a perfect canvas with smoother, more Even longer lasting foundation. Select Skin Step 1 Skin Equalizer that matches your skin concerns. Now I actually have a Makeup Forever skin primer, which is step 1. Mine is in the base Hydrate, so I will use that on one side of my face today just to see if it makes any difference having, you know, number 1, a primer on, or number 2, having the same brand, or if it really doesn't matter. So to begin, like I did say, I am using the shade 123. I do want to try out my step 1, even though I'm already obsessed with this primer. I just want to see how they actually go together. If there is any foundations that you guys want to see first impressions on, I really don't mind. Leave your suggestions below. Even if it's a drugstore or Priceline brand, cheaper brand, that's cool. I actually do enjoy some of the cheaper brand foundations anyway. So yeah, like let me know if that's what you want. If I'm doing, I know I've only done 2, but I just thought for the sake of the haul video, because I purchased those, I may as well try them before I, you know, pull them out of the box and do a review. But yeah, if you want to see any specific reviews, please let me know. So I'm taking my step 1 hydrator. I've just done sort of a little bit more than a pea size. So I might do this side where most of my angry face is. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do 2 pumps like they recommended. They said to start at the middle of the face. I like to sort of blend it in, because sometimes I feel like if I don't do this at first with my finger, I just feel like sometimes the Beauty Blender just sucks up all the foundation. So I'll start off doing, again, 1 coat, and we'll see how that goes onto the skin. It is very medium to full coverage from what I can see already. It's definitely not a full coverage from the first impression of it, but it does feel very skin-like, I must admit. And it actually, the colour pick, I don't think I could have probably got it more right. Like, it actually is quite a nice shade. It does have a yellow undertone to it, which, perfect. It almost actually feels like I've got moisturizer on the skin. Like, it feels really light. I hate the coverage of it. Just putting that out there. Like, I feel like that this is not medium, like, at all. Like, I can still see every single bump, lump, discoloration. So that's like with 1 light coat. No, like, I just feel like it's really powdery almost. No. Normally with a foundation that I'm actually happy with, like, I could do a light coat and it would cover that. But just, it seems really, really, I don't know, like translucent. I don't know. I'm not feeling, so I'm just going to do a second coat and see. I need to make the decision, like, when I've put my second coat on, because when I'm looking at it in my computer, like, it actually looks really quite nice. I have to say though, it does look very skin-like, I have to say. Like, it doesn't feel thick. It doesn't even really look thick. Like, I've got 2 coats on right now, and I mean, okay, yes, that's covering a bit better. I feel like this now is definitely a coverage that I'm happy with. Like, I feel like I feel comfortable to go outside. I feel like, you know, it's covering any of those blemishes. It's gotten rid of any of the demarcations that I might have had, but it does feel very light, I have to say. It does feel good. And even when I'm looking at it in the computer, like, I haven't taken a photo of it yet, but it seems to be quite nice. Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't be negative Nancy, Lou. Don't be negative Nancy. Let's see. Let's just give it a bit more patting, blending, coverage. It's definitely a foundation that I'm having to build. I really have to focus on pushing the product into my skin. So it is now 9:30 and I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup today, and then I'm going to check back in with you, and then every 3 to 4 hours after that I'm going to let you know how it's traveling. I'm actually not staying around my home today. I am going to be meeting John at our house that we own and helping him with some renovations and things like that. So I'm going to be moving things and probably sweating and being around dust and all that sort of stuff, and being out in, it's a little bit cooler today and a bit windy. So I think that that's probably going to be a really good test. I'm not just going to be slothing around the house, not doing anything strenuous. So you're going to get to see the real everyday sort of makeup look and how it will wear. So I'll finish my makeup and then I'll check back in with you guys and see how it's going and let you know what I'm thinking of it once everything is set in place and my eyeshadow and powders and all of that are done. Okay, so I'll see you soon. Okay guys, so I've actually finished my makeup, but I'm actually kind of really happy with it. Now that it's sort of settled in and I've gone through and I've done my routine of like my foundation and powders and everything, so far so good. It's still, you know, like I said, I'm still kind of a bit annoyed at how much product that I actually had to use to create this sort of a look. But in the scheme of things, if I was only using it for events or whatever, or every now and then, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. Like the color of it looks really good. The tone of it looks really good. It has started to settle into my smile lines, which I'm kind of a bit not happy about, but it's really starting to settle nicely. But if you are somebody who has lines on their face or, you know, fine lines around their eyes, it is something that I would watch out for, because I am noticing that it is settling in my fine lines around my eyes and definitely in this smile line. If you were somebody who carried powder around, I suppose it would be okay. But, you know, if you're not, you will definitely have to sort of pat that product in place. I am noticing that it's definitely separating. So far so good. A few little imperfections, but I'm just curious to see how it's going to go in the next couple of hours, because like I said, that there's some creasing there that I was not expecting. But I'll check back in. It is now 10 to 11, so I'll check back in a couple of hours and I'll let you know how it goes. I'm just curious to see if it's going to go oily or not, because from what I can sort of see, it's not doing that right now, but I was not expecting the creasing to happen. So I don't know. At this point in time, I like it. I like the way that it feels. I love the color of it, but I just want to see how it wears. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, it is now 1 o'clock and it's been about 4 hours since the last time I checked in with my makeup, and I'm currently at our house and I have been helping John with his little handiwork. So I've been sweating a little bit because it's pretty hot here, but I thought it would be a good time to check in and let you know how my foundation's going at the moment. It's good. I like it. It's stayed on pretty well. The only thing is I really can't notice the difference between the prime side and the unprimed side so far, but it's still separating in my smile line and you can see my pores a little bit. It hasn't gone oily at all, but as I said earlier, trying to cover up any of my pimples that were sort of coming through, for how much foundation that I put on, compared to how long I've had it on for, it's already starting to wear away, which I'm kind of a little bit disappointed about. I know it's only a medium to full coverage, but I really did think that it would have held a little bit longer than 3 hours. But beside that, I actually really quite like this foundation. It's very natural. It doesn't feel cakey. It doesn't feel like I look like I've got about 10 coats on, considering I have 2 full coats on. But yeah, so this is 4 hours later. So yeah, so far I'm happy with it. Like 4 hours, it's not bad. The only thing is, like I said, it's just these that I'm kind of disappointed about. But yeah, I'll check back in another 3 hours and fill you guys in then. Alright, so I just got home and it's now about 5 o'clock. It's a little bit longer than what I wanted to wait between videoing my 1 o'clock, well, 1:30 or whenever it was. Still looking pretty good, hasn't gone oily. Overall, so far, I'm actually really impressed with it as the day's kind of gone on. Normally, I find it goes really shiny, most foundations, whereas this one really hasn't gone too shiny. So I'm kind of actually impressed. Like, to be honest, like now that the day's kind of gone on, I've realized it's actually quite better than the normal HD foundation. Like the Ultra one seems to last a lot longer. Like I still maintain though that the wear of like over the blemishes and things like that hasn't really covered very well, but if you typically have relatively good skin, it's definitely a good foundation. See how like it's sort of coming, oh I got stuff on my face, but it's starting to come away. Definitely I'm finding that the primed side has held up a lot better than the unprimed side. I'm finding with the unprimed side it has I don't know, like it seemed to wear away a little bit more. Like I don't know if it's gonna focus, but like see how like my smile line and the pimples and my pores are starting to peep through a lot more than what it does on this side. I have very dark circles around my eyes and I'm finding that it's like held up around there, and I've heavily highlighted too, so that's why I'm sort of a little bit more shocked that it hasn't gone oilier. Like on my nose and my T-section, it's honestly perfect. So I don't know, like I'm kind of eating my words a little bit. Like I'm actually really liking it. Like I think that this is going to become one of my, I don't know, again, one of my go-tos. I probably wouldn't do it as like a night foundation. Like I find that this foundation is really good for during the day because it does look very skin-like and it does look very natural. So far so good. So overview, definitely prime side, much better. So I would highly recommend making sure that you prime. I don't really know if it makes a difference that it's the same brand either, but yeah, pretty good. I'm just a bit like annoyed about, you know, the pimple situation, but other than that, everywhere else it's like held up really well. But I will do one last video. I'll wait until about 8:39. I'll try and hold off for as long as I can. I just really want to see like how long it takes for it to look shiny, because so far it's not looking shiny at all. Like if I was going to powder, the only places I would do it is around here, but other than that, I don't know, it's looking pretty good, so I am just relaxing on the couch and I'm watching the Met Ball on Channel E, and I realized that I needed to check in because it is now 9:39 and I wanted to check in with my makeup. It has been on officially for 12 hours and I am going to tell you right now, it looks like it's been on for 12 hours. Like I am starting to look very disco ball shiny. All my makeup is now worn off. I must say though, I did go to the bathroom just before, and when I was looking in the mirror, I noticed that all of the foundation had separated and it was making all my fine lines and wrinkles stand out. But I mean,
for something that's been on for 12 hours, I shouldn't really complain too much. I have to say I quite enjoyed this foundation. It was a really nice surprise. It was a shock. In all seriousness, I just honestly thought that I wasn't going to like it, but considering that it has now been on for 12 hours and I mean, you can see all like my little pimples like I was saying before. But I mean, the difference from now to like the last video, like obviously that was about 4 hours ago. It's not supposed to be on for 12 hours. So, I mean, could be worse. It's definitely not as shiny as what I thought that it was going to be. So I'm really happy with the way that it was. I'm actually really surprised. The coverage was really good after 2 coats. Obviously prime side definitely a lot better. I mean, after 12 hours it does look very skew-if, but yeah, considering I'm like really happy with it. So I definitely give this foundation a thumbs up, and I will be repurchasing it. The only downfall that I can say about it, like I said previously, is for the price that you pay for it, you do have to use quite a lot of foundation, which I'm still a bit annoyed about. But I mean, if it's something that you're not going to be wearing every single day, then yes, okay. But as an everyday foundation, I probably wouldn't recommend it for that. I do think that it is much better than the HD foundation. I think that the Ultra HD is by far better. But yeah, I'll definitely be repurchasing. I really did enjoy it. And yeah, color pick was perfect. Only just started getting oily. Like I reckon I went to the bathroom probably about an hour ago, and that's when I noticed a little bit of shine, especially on my forehead. But I definitely recommend it. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment in the comment bar below letting me know your thoughts, and if you have tried this also. Don't forget to come and say hi on social media, and until next time, see you, bye.